Hi, I'm Nancy with MSCR, and this is chair exercise. So what you're going to need from me today is, of course, your chair, and then I'd like you to go get a towel. Now, for your towel, make sure it's kind of an older, thinner towel, because you're going to have to hold on to it with your hands, and it's got to have some length, because some of the things we're going to do with the towel is such as we're going to do some rows and some leg presses. So just make sure it's long enough and then not real thick because you want to be able to hold on to it. If you don't have a towel right now, go ahead and pause the video, hit that stop, and then when you're ready and you have your towel and bring it back to your chair, just play the video again and resume right where you're at. So now that you've got your towel, let's start today in a good postural position, both feet flat on the ground, standing up or sitting up nice and tall, and take some nice, slow, deep, full breaths in and out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And noticing how you're feeling today. So as you're breathing in and out, noticing how your back feels, your low back, your middle back, noticing how your shoulders feel, how your collarbone feels. Ah, already feeling better. Next, arms at your side. We'll roll the shoulders back. So we'll start just rolling and moving through all of our joints before we get the muscles moving. Starting with the shoulders, circles up, back, and down. And now shoulders just up and down, squeezing up by the ears, lowering back down, all the way up, all the way down. One more time. And now, one of the more important movements we make for the upper back and for our posture is to pull the shoulders back. So let's squeeze those shoulder blades back and release. Keeping good posture and try not to arch your lower back, just the upper back. Squeeze those shoulder blades and release. Good. Squeeze and release. One more time, pulling back and releasing. Now, since we're up in the upper body, working through the neck, looking over to one side, back to the center, over to the other side, and back to center. Let's go through each side 2 or 3 times, looking back a little farther each time. We'll come back to the center. Next, we'll drop the ear down to the shoulder, feeling the stretch along the side of the neck. One side to the other. And now here, try not to move your shoulders. Keep your shoulders down. Just feel the movement along and stretch along the sides of the neck. One more each side. Coming back to neutral position. Our last neck movement, here's where you take your nose, pull it backwards like a chicken, and tuck your chin down and up. Again, pull the nose back first before tucking your chin down. Feeling the movement and stretch along the back of your neck. One more time, nose back and tuck down. Wonderful. All right, let's take those arms, just reach back as far as you can, opening and feeling the stretch through the front of the chest and shoulders. And then bringing your arms around, giving yourself a hug. Walk those fingertips back on your shoulders. Again, opening up really big, reach back. And then giving yourself a hug. How big of a hug can you give yourself? We'll go one more time. Reach back even farther. And give yourself a hug. Very nice. Now let's bring those hands forward. We're going to open and close the hands. Spread the fingers wide, then make a fist. moving through the fingers and the hands. And then with the light fist, circle your wrists around. Circle the other way. Very good. And today let's take those thumbs, make some thumb circles around. And then circle the other way. Nice. Let's bring the arms down, coming down to the bottom of the body with the toes, just like we just did with the hands and fingers. Let's squeeze the toes and then fan the toes out. Squeeze your toes, fan your toes out. Let's do a few more of those. Just moving the feet, the toes. Good. One more time with the toes. And then for the ankles, let's bring one foot up, circle around, making a circle without moving the leg. And then circling the other way. Same thing on the other side, ankle circles, and you might feel some stiff spots and crunchiness. Let's work through those. Of course, circling back the other way. All right, now I'm going to have you scooch up in your chair. I'm going to have you glue your feet together and then just take your knees out and in. So starting to get movement up through your hips. And this is one of the exercises we're going to use our towel with in a little bit. Good, bring those knees back together and then just extend and bend one side. Moving now just in the knee joint. Same thing, opposite side. Extend and bend. One more time. Good, let's recheck the posture, sitting up tall. Now let's take that leg. We're going to step out and in. So a bigger movement through your hip. All the way out, all the way in. One more time this side. Let's do the other side. Out and in. Good, keeping those core muscles, tummy, low back, nice and tight so we can keep that good posture. Last one. All right, take the feet back apart just a little bit for good stability. I'm going to have you take your arms across your chest and just lean forward about 45 degrees and then back up to a seated position. We're getting our back and torso movements in here. So lengthen and up tall. Good, we'll take it just one more time. And then keeping your hands across your chest, just give yourself kind of a hug back and forth. Rotating along your spine. And now with your arms at your side, just lean side to side. Keep both hips down on your chair, so don't let that leg pull off. We want to keep them both down on the chair. Feeling the stretch along the sides of the torso. Good, let's come back up to this nice seated position. Hands to your lap. And then let's take a couple of those big, deep breaths in and out again. And just notice if you're feeling any different. The shoulders feel different, the back feels any different, just from those basic movements we've done so far. All right, you got a water bottle, need a sip of water right now since our warm-up is just about done. Let's take a sip. I need one. All right, we're going to get moving a little bit more now. We're going to do some seated cardio movements and a little bit of leg movements. So, first one, I'm going to have you do some leg extensions, which comprises of lifting the knee up, out, back, and down. And we're going to alternate right side, left side, up, out, back, down. Lift up, out, back, down. Now, as as you do this, again, keeping the good posture, trying not to lean forward, torso's not moving, just up, out, back, and down with the legs. You're going to feel this in the quadriceps, the front of the legs. We're going to go about 4 more. Good. 3. 2 more. Good. 1 more time. And then let's just start marching in the chair. So lifting one leg, then the other, move your arms. So those arm movements are important to get the heart rate up a little bit, to get some cardiovascular activity here. For those of you who want, you can do this standing if you want to stand up and march. But we're just going to stay right here for now. And even take that march out a little bit wider. Wide march. Good, let's bring those legs back in. And now let's take that march out, out, in. Keep the arms moving in that running motion. Out, out, in. Out, out, in. Marching, good posture. Breathing. Good, we're down to our last 4. 3. 2. 1 more time. All right, take your arms to your side. Let's do some seated jumping jacks. So we're going to go 1 arm at a time. So as we do that step out, step in, we're going to raise the opposite arm. So right leg, left arm, right leg. Our seated half jumping jacks. You can do both arms. So if you'd like, option, raising both arms up just to shoulder height for our seated jumping jacks. Good, let's go 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now, reset the posture. We're going to go through each of those 1 more time. So let's take that leg up, out, back, and down. Switching legs. Lift, extend, back, and down. Now, if you'd like, you can reach for that toe. Up, reach, extend, and down. And it's optional, working to the best of your abilities today. Where do you want to take your exercise? Good. Up, reach, back. We'll go 1 more each side. Up, extend, back, and down. Now, back into our chair march. And here he's breathing a little heavier. Heart rate's getting up there. Good. Let's take it over to a wide march. Get your arms moving. Good. We'll bring it back in. We'll take our out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. So not only are we getting our heart rate up, but we're working on those hip muscles, inner and outer thighs. Out, out, in. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more time. All right, jumping jacks. So again, opposite arm, opposite leg, our seated jumping jacks. Option, both arms going out to the side. Good, we're raising those arms just to shoulder height. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, good. It is a good time for some of those nice deep breaths in and out. Some shoulder rolls back. Good, now if you need a sip of water, now's another great time to take that sip of water. Now, we're going to use the towel next. So go ahead and find your towel. All right, I kind of want to make it into almost like it's a band. So it's kind of being like a band today. What I want you to do first of all is wrap the towel around your legs. All right, we're going to use this as resistance for the outer leg and hip area. So you're going to want to scoot up in your chair a little bit. Now you don't want the towel real tight or else you can't move your legs. So give yourself just a little slack. Keep those feet together. And we're going to bring the knees in and out. When you go out, you want to press against the towel so you can feel the muscles in the outer hip and thigh area working to push against the towel. The towel is giving you your resistance. In class, sometimes we wrap the band around the legs, or we have one of those bands that go around the legs. So out and in. Really press against the towel. You can feel the muscles working here. Good posture, feet stay together. Let's go about 4 more times. 3, 2, and 1. Now, I do want to caution those of you who are in arthritis class, you're going to want to keep those repetitions a little lower. Maybe keep it, about 5 repetitions in those areas that you really have that arthritis in. So keep those reps below 5. All right, next towel exercise we have. Let's bring that towel back out around the legs. Bring it up. We're just going to do a front shoulder raise. So I want you to keep the towel tight. Don't let it go loose. Pretend you've got uncooked spaghetti, so that's a hard noodle. Hands a little wider than your shoulders. We're just going to take the towel down and up to shoulder height only. Keep tension on the towel. Almost pulling the towel apart. You can feel this in your shoulders. Good. Lift and lower. And pulling the towel apart each and every movement. Nice. And up. We'll go 3 more. Lift. And 2. And 1. Nice. And let's roll the shoulders. You should feel this again, the outside of your shoulders. All right. We're going to work on the back of the shoulders and the back now with our seated row. So for this, I'm going to have you place the towel under one foot. Now make sure it's under the center of the foot so the towel stays underneath your foot. Now what you're going to do is I want you to pull the towel toward your hips, squeezing those shoulder blades together and using your towel as resistance and your foot. So your foot is pushing away as you pull the towel toward your hips. And again, we're going to pull as you try to push the towel with your foot and release. Pulling the shoulder blades together. Now you decide how much resistance. I can have very little resistance, or I can really have some tight resistance, working on the strength of the back muscles. Pull. Good. See, you never knew you could do all these wonderful things with a towel. Pulling as hard as you can. Let's go 2 more times. Big pull. All right, 1 more. Nice. All right, step out just for a moment again. Roll the shoulders. Take a little breather here. Okay, next, I want you to place the towel under the opposite foot. This time we're going to do some biceps curls. So instead of holding onto the towel with your palms facing in, you're going to have palms facing in, but holding on from the outside. So when you're going to grab your towel, grab it from the outside, okay? And we're going to do our biceps hammer curls. So you still want to push against your towel, but this time you're bringing your thumbs up to your shoulders. So instead of pulling back, you are pulling up. Using your foot to push away the towel. Curling up and down. Biceps curls. Good. Up and down. Good. And again, you are controlling your resistance. Check your posture. Make sure you're not rounding. We want to stay good, upright, strength, stability, posture. Curl up and down. Last two on our biceps curls. Ooh. All right, take that towel again. Let's shake out those arms, building our biceps today. Let's go back under that first side again. Now, instead of the arms and the upper body doing the work, we're gonna make the lower body do the work. So this time, you're gonna pull the knee up, and then you're gonna pull as hard as you can as you try to push down. So this is our leg press. Knee comes up nice and easy, and then pull on the towel so it's hard to push the towel away. Easy knee up, and then push, 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 push. Our leg press. Easy up, hard push down. Good again. Up and push. Good. One more time on this side. Easy knee up and push, 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 push. Good. We must do the other side. So switching sides with your towel. Now, take a deep breath in, check your posture, pull the knee up, and then pull the towel so it's hard to push your foot down. Good, easy up, and push, 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 push. Nice, up, and resist. How much resistance can you give that towel? So yeah, we're getting a little upper body work here by that resistance. We're working on leg strength. One more time. Easy up, and then really hard to push down. Ah, there we go. All right. Our last thing we're going to do with the towel is we're going to work on some hand and grip strength. So you're just going to hold on to the towel and work on it like you're wringing that towel out. So pretend it's full of water and you're wringing it out. Squeeze with the hands. Good. Squeeze and twist. Wring that towel out. Couple more times. Nice. All right, we are going to be done with the towel, so you can just go ahead and place it to the side. We're going to do some standing movements now, a little bit more for the hips, a little bit more on balance. So always take your feet a little wider to stand up. Hands can come to your lap and stand up. Yeah, we've been sitting a little bit. So just stay here just a second. Take those hips around like a hula hoop. Moving through your hips and your low back. And then switch directions. Hula hoop the other way. Oh, that feels good. Good, now let's come over to one side of the chair. Make sure you don't slip and fall on your towel. Take that out of the way. All right, from the side here. What I'm going to do today is just do some side leg raises. Lift and lower. Straight out to the side. Make sure your standing leg has a slight bend in it, as that's holding up your body weight. Good, we'll just do one more right now. And then again, we'll take those feet apart, circle the hips around a couple of times each way. And now let's do that again, but this time I'm going to have you lift up and do some little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Check your posture. Slowly lower back down. Good, again, circle those hips around. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. And start with good posture, lift and lower, just right straight out to the side. Standing leg has that little bend. One more time. Good, again, a couple circles around for the hips. All right, adding on, we're going to do the lift and then pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, Remember to hold on this last one. Hold, good posture, and lower down. Great. Circle, circle, circle. It just kind of resets the hips and the low back. All right, now let's come behind the chair. We're gonna do some mini squats. So for our mini squats, feet are about chair width apart, hands on the chair. You're gonna sink the hips back, keeping the weight through the heels, standing back up, hips back, and up. You don't need any weight in your toes. Pretend you don't have toes right now. So hips back, push through the heels, back up. And one more time. Nice. And then let's go over to the side of the chair. We're going to do some moving balance. So you're going to need to be behind the chair so you can step across. So you're going to take the leg, you're going to come to the other side of the chair, and then you're going to lift the inside knee, so the knee that's closest to the chair. And then you're going to take that step back to the other side. You're still getting in that squat position. And again, lifting that inside knee. What you want to try to get to is not using your hands. So this is our moving balance. Step to the side and up. Good. Bending both knees. Bend both of them. Lift up. Step to the side and lift. Good. A few more of these. You always have your chair here if you need it for your balance. And lift. One more time. Step and lift. Very good. All right, let's do some single leg balance now. So we're not going to move. Either leg inside or outside. Of course, that little bend through the standing leg. If you need a finger or two on your chair, that's okay. Not a grip, just a finger or two. But if you don't need that chair, let's take the hands across the chest. Good, paying attention to what your foot is doing, what your hips are doing, what your shoulders are doing. Now, for those of you who just really can't get to that one leg balance, you can do the heel-toe stance, one foot directly in front of the other. That is your option. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale out. Good, and release down. Let's do the other leg. Same thing. Also make sure the foot is straight forward on the ground. Weight back through the heel, not just forward in those toes. Up tall. You can take your hands across your chest. Let's work here. Little bend through your standing leg. Good, just holding. Relax your shoulders. Take a big breath in. Exhale out and step to the side. Very nice. We're going to take a seat. We're going to do some stretches for our final movements here. We've been working hard today on our muscles and joints. So let's find that nice neutral up tall posture. Take the foot out. We're going to just point and flex at the ankle. Good. Take the ankle side to side like a windshield wiper. Good. And then scoot up if you need to. We're going to try to straighten the leg out. Lean forward nice and tall, about halfway, just to stretch through the backs of the legs. Flex the foot. And then you can use your hands to give yourself a push back. Other side, pointing and flexing the foot. Taking side to side. Good, that heel goes down, leg is straight, up tall, and over stretching. Oh, we deserve a good stretch today. Let's take the hands, give yourself a push back up. Now with your arms, let's take those arms back. Really stretch. We're going to hold this stretch. In our warm-up, we do a kind of a dynamic warm-up where we're moving through the movements. At the end, we're going to stretch the muscles and we're going to hold the stretch. Good, releasing the arms down. Let's take one arm across the body. The other arm comes underneath to hug the arm. Just giving the shoulders, like the back of the shoulder and the outside of the shoulder, a nice stretch. Good. Now let's take both arms back again, but this time we're going to go thumbs down, palms back. This way you get your biceps stretched in. Should feel different. And then we'll take the opposite arm from before across the body. The other one comes underneath to give the arm and shoulder a hug. And release. Next, we'll take the feet out a little wider for stability. I want you to reach one arm up and over. Nice long stretch to the side, everybody. Make sure the hip stays down on your chair. Breathe. Oh, reach up a little taller. And we'll come back and do the other side, reaching up and over. Keep this hip down on your chair. A little bit bigger reach. Good, and back down. Now, taking some big deep breaths, rolling your shoulders back. Here's where I want you to notice how differently, if at all, your shoulders feel from the first time we did these. Good. And then we're going to circle through the wrists, palms up, palms down, bending at your wrists, making figure eights with your fingers. And then to switch directions, your palms start facing you, pinky fingers roll in toward you. Good, arms at your side. 2 more big, deep cleansing breaths in and out. Elongating especially the exhale. Again, how does that back feel? How does your collarbone feel? All right, MSCR chair exercise. Stay well, exercise each and every day, and I will see you soon.